Why? Guys, I'm shooting this video for the second time, and it's because I erased it by accident the first time. Let's do an album review of the new Magic Kids album, Memphis. Magic Kids?
I love Magic Kids, like the Harry Potter.
I hate Calchuchesta. These guys are a Tennessee band, and my first exposure to them, I want to say, was from downloading the track Summer off of Gorilla vs. Bear. And you guys may remember I did a track review of that song on this channel. Enjoyed it quite a bit, but the low baritone-esque vocals kind of reminded me of the band Girls, and considering that them and Girls are on the same record label, and Girls, that debut LP, was so huge in the indie community, I thought this might have been a Girls ripoff. And Magic Kids certainly have things in common with Girls. They pull from a similar vintage California sound. They're very summery, very blissful. But I would say Magic Kids are way more influenced by the finely tuned orchestrations and production of the great Brian Wilson. I mean, hardly a track goes by where there's not a just very present Beach Boys influence. Maybe one of the strongest tracks that exemplify this is the song Hey Boy, that sounds a lot like the speedier parts on the song Wouldn't It Be Nice with that romping organ. But even when the band is really just worshipping the album pet sounds, they still sound like Magic Kids. They still make it their own, whether it's with an interesting interlude or, to go back to the song Hey Boy, with a really great background chorus. Just sounds huge. And I read a bio about these guys on True Panther Sound's website, and they were likened to Electric Light Orchestra and Belle and Sebastian a little bit too, and I have to agree. But I will warn you, Memphis is extremely cheesy, schmaltzy, and a little corny too. It's just unapologetically upbeat. It does not care if you're in a bad mood. It doesn't care if you've had a crappy day, because it is completely absorbed in the good time that it is having. I know this sounds cliche, but I really want to say that this is one of the most feel-good albums of 2010. And that shows up in the songwriting, in the melodies, but especially the arrangements. The horns, the strings, the piano. It's just like candy for the ears. Really, the production made me feel like I was listening to something that was just a little bit more than a pop album. Something kind of fancy. It's kind of like the difference between fine-aged wine and grape soda, and Magic Kids sits somewhere in the middle. Maybe a little bit closer to grape soda. But I love how straightforward this thing is. It's 29 minutes, light, easygoing, and I believe it's about $12 for a CD on True Panther Sound's website, $8 for a cassette, $13 for an LP. Not a bad price. But seriously, this LP is something that you don't ask for a lot from, but gives a lot anyway. It's an extremely impressive debut album, and my only real gripes are some songs don't really develop as impressively as others in terms of production. This is going to vary from person to person, of course, but the sweetness of this LP after a while, around the time when I'm getting to the last track, I just feel it kind of wearing on me a little bit, kind of like it's giving me a cranial cavity. I'm digging the hell out of this thing, and I also hope that you guys get a chance to. Just let me know if you're loving this LP, hating this LP, and why. I'm feeling a strong 7 to a light 8 on this thing. At a lot of points, it amazed me. I just love the sounds on this thing. Just maybe one or two songs were, Anthony Fantano, Magic Kids, Memphis, forever.